All right, welcome in, everybody. All right, welcome in. My name is Alex Wren with Lifetime Quantum Wellness. So happy to have everyone joining us today. Everyone here live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Periscope, and those of you joining us in the replay. So happy to have you. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes. We're just waiting for a couple people to join our live circle. And we've got some really amazing subjects that we're going to talk about today. So I just want to go through those. So one of them is act as if, act in spite of fear, maintain that forward movement. And then outcome framework and thinking, asking the right questions. What do I mean by framework? So we're going to go into that in a little bit. And then shine your light at maximum. Okay, so that's a cool subject we're going to touch on a little bit today. So excited for you to be here. Come on in. Welcome. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. All right, welcome in everybody. So happy to have everybody joining us today. So we're gonna get started in just a second. I've just been waiting to see if some of my appointment people are gonna come on in, but it's okay because there is a replay. We have these posted on YouTube and Facebook, and you can always watch my Periscope feed and trail on down and find some inspiration. So come on in and grab a notebook because we're going to be talking about some cool stuff today. We're going to be really bringing home how we can really be taking more control of our comfort zone. So come on in. We're going to get started in just a second. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. All Alrighty. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have everybody joining us today. And again, my name is Alex Wren with Lifetime Quantum Wellness. So happy to have everyone joining us here on Facebook Live and YouTube live streaming, as well as Periscope, and you watching us on the restream, on the rebroadcast. So thankful for everyone that's able to join us. So we're going to jump right in. So how I like to get started is I like everyone to take a deep breath, a deep, warm breath. Hold it and let it go. Very good. One more. Very good. So I like to start that way, just to let go of any kind of stuff that's been going on throughout your day, so that you can be able to be more present, more here, and more just able to start to do the work. So thankful to have everyone coming in and joining us today. The main work that we're going to do around this circle is around a practice called the One Command, and it's a meditation practice that allows you to really meet your thinking in the moment and be able to dive into what you really want and be able to be more in control of like magic, right? So let's jump in. How I like to start is I like to really, let me get over here on this screen, and what I like to do is I like to get us going and get our energy up, right? So what I always like to say is we can't keep calm because we're so excited. And I say that because we are excited about what we're going to be creating and bringing forth into our lives. So I like to get us to that point of excitement. And so what I like to do is we dance. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You can engage your body, engage your soul, engage that little kid. So let me go ahead and get that going here so that we can be able to just get into the energy. So here we go. Woo! All right. Woo! All right. Yeah. Let that little kid play. Let him go. Just like, woo. Let him or her, they, them, just woo. Dance it out. That's right. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I see you there on the replay. I see you doing the thing. Hey. Hey. There we go. There you go. There you are. I see you now. Woo! All right. Boom, boom, boom. I see you getting on it. I see you being able to like play and like, woo, release, stress release. There you go. Welcome. So I like to welcome everybody that way so that we can really be able to click in to what we are going to be doing. Just get the energy up, let go of anything that's been going on, and really be able to come into the space ready. So here's how we're going to get started. So we did our deep breath, and I'm so thankful for everyone that's able to be here. And I want to just start with how the universe is ready for you. Yes? Yes, I'll answer for you today. And I just want you to play along. Anytime I'm like, yes, or is that the truth for you? Just write it down or play along. Say it out loud, because as you engage in this way of changing or this engagement, then you're going to be more open to the shifts that will come through you, and you'll be more open to taking action as these things arise. So, the universe completely has things that are just for you, and so what I always like to say is, what is only yours to say? What is only yours that you have lined up, that the universe has lined up for you, that it has people lined up for you? Yes? And so that's, we then click into who has something to share and what is something to celebrate. Because for me, I always like to celebrate everybody, everything. So you in the replay, just type in, if you're watching on replay, what you're celebrating today. And what I'm celebrating today is having my beautiful sister. She had a wonderful time here, and she arrived home in New York safely. And so that's like a yeehaw, because pandemic, airplane, all that stuff. So happy that she's arrived on her, just in her best health. And I'm also celebrating having some new connections happen, and having a new project come out of that new connection. So so happy for the new community that I'm going to be able to be working with, and sharing inspiration with, and moving into wonderful connection with, and building new community together. So woo, I'm excited about that. And then I'll just do one more, just so that we can be in the spirit of celebration. One of my students, I also teach technical theater and film work at a high school, well, 3 high schools, but that's nonetheless. And one of them wrote a beautiful letter for college, and really highlighted how I was a mentor for them, and what that really meant to them, and the kind of like life skills that I taught this individual. And it really kind of touched me. I was like, wow, I have so much to give to these amazing students and scholars, and that they are just an open cup ready. And so it just blew my mind how, what the little things I do and the big things I do to be able to be in these students' lives. It was really amazing to make me think, wow, every single student that I share an experience with or share knowledge with could have this same impact of being able to put on those goggles of, wow, I can see the world in a different way. I am open to having observations in a different way than the way I've grown up. I'm open to seeing life as an opportunity, as opposed to something happening to me. Whoa. Like, that was in his letter. So it's super powerful that came to me today, and just another check mark in the box of yes, to continue doing that work with the schools and with teachers, to be able to continue to make this community of learning, and as a beautiful mentor said, 360 learning, where I like to think about it that way, where sometimes I need to teach something backwards and forwards and sideways to be able to really understand it fully, because then I'm doing multi-focus. I'm doing something visual, I'm doing something auditory, I'm doing something kinesthetic, so doing. And so it really brought home, like, oh, it was like the understanding of like my behavior of like, wow, I've set myself up to do that over and over again. So what's the next level of that? How can I level up? How can I level up? So that was a really cool thing to have come into my inbox today, and go, and I was crying while I was walking the dogs, because it was just so much joy that I was able to bring this individual that had strife and things in their lives, and then I was like this lighthouse, this bright light of opportunity and choice. So So that's the celebration for me. Woo! So I want to celebrate each of you. So please write in the chat what you're celebrating today, what you're celebrating for this week, what maybe you're celebrating that's taking you a long time to come to the finish line of. Whatever it is for you, I want to celebrate that in you, and so thankful that you're sharing that with us and can be open with us in that way. So thank you so much for that playing with us in this realm. So I want to just continue forward, and I always like to ask who is ready for transformation, because I always am. Every day is a day of transformation, right? We wake up empty to be filled that day. We go to sleep full, and we wake up empty so that we can learn and we can grow and we can transform our lives in our everyday life. So how are we living life? Are we living life in reaction or creation? And it's funny, a mentor of mine said, those two words, they're very the same. You just move that R, or I'm sorry, you just move the C and it's a different word. So it's like Tiger Woods said, it's just a millimeter of shift can make a huge difference in your outcome. So how are you going to be living life in a way of reaction or creation? And so, do we want to paint our big picture, or do we want to just be like moving 20 feet ahead, like driving through the dark with our high beams on? Can't see much because it's dark. we don't have the ability to pull back and see more, right? So I always like to ask that: how are we living our life, in reaction or creation? And so let's go ahead and click into being in creation, because sometimes we fall down if we're in that reaction mode, and we react the wrong way, or we get down on ourselves. And I'm there too. It's like I've got this accountability group that I've kind of ghosted because I've been too focused on doing things myself. And so that's an area of growth where I'm happy to open myself to be more in creation with, because I'm never going to know what those opportunities that they have for what they're going through and what kind of help I can give them if I don't show up. If I'm just like, oh, I got to do my own thing, I've got to be reacting to my own schedule. No, I'm going to create my own schedule. I'm going to be more in a flow. So that's kind of how I wanted to start with that, and just get back to our possibilities, right? Because we have to be open to help from others and letting go of the past and our past programming. And how we do this is to be able to be in the practice of our reality creation. And that's using this wonderful, beautiful practice of the one command and being able to deepen our connections with ourselves as well as the universe. So I just wanted to have us start that way, kind of realizing that we have this power and a power within us that is so great and that we can harness that. So today, I wanted to just share a quick little quote with you, actually two quotes. One that I've really come back into, and that's a Rumi quote. And it's, let yourself be silently drawn by the stronger pull of what you love. That's by Rumi. Let me just read that one more time. Let yourself be silently drawn by a stronger pull of what you love. So let that thing that you love, that you're so invigorated by, just silently pull you forward. Just keep, or pushing you forward, keeping you in that movement of action and creation. So I love that. And then I wanted to share, I found my Shakespeare and Leadership book. It's just a book of quotes. So I wanted to read one of those for us today. And okay. All difficulties are but easy when they are known. Wow. What's that mean? So it has a little translation here. Knowledge sheds the veil of most confusion. So what does that mean? Clarity clears all, people. So get in the clarity game, right? Get in the game of absolute clarity in your schedule, in your community, in your tasks, or how you're taking action in your life. So let's jump into what one of the subjects is for today, which is act as if. Act in spite of fear. Maintain that forward movement. So let's go back to the process of manifestation. So manifestation is your thoughts lead to your feelings, and your feelings lead to your actions, and which your actions produce your results. So if you're feeling kind of crappy about something and you take action in that moment, wouldn't you think that maybe those actions are going to lead to a result that isn't quite what you want quite yet? Yes. So you need your actions to succeed. You need action to succeed, to keep momentum forward. Your thoughts and feelings are the parts of your inner world, right? Thoughts, feelings. That's part of your inner world. Results is something in the outer world. Yes? So action is the bridge between. Okay, so thoughts and feelings are the inner world, outer world's results, actions are in between. So if you think and feel around success and greatness, but what moves success from the inner world to the outer world is action. You can think about having a big old sack of money fall in your lap, but until you take the actions to have the money coming into your bank account, those results aren't going to come in. Yeah? So just a review of those things. So now we have to do something in the real world to create a results. So that's why actions are critical. We can't just think about it, right? So what prevents us from taking actions? We know we need to be taking actions. So what prevents us to really be taking those actions we know we need? Fear. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, and they, them. And what is the definition of fear? Now, I know we have all heard the acronym, which is false evidence appearing real, right? That seems pretty good. And that's, something that we can realize, because that's pretty right. It's pretty right on. But the definition is anticipation of pain. Okay, so is anticipation in the past, present, or future? It's in the future, right? So where is the future? Is the future in our now? No. The future is imaginary. So if my calculations are correct, if 2 + 2 = 4, then fear is imaginary, and which means if the future is imaginary and the future doesn't exist because it's something that we come into, we are creatures of the now, we live in the now. Like, do this for me. Raise your hand tomorrow. Did we raise our hand tomorrow? Well, we'll have to see, right? Well, we won't know until tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't come because we're always in today. We can think about tomorrow. We can put tomorrow has this and this and this on the list. But the huge thing is that the future is imaginary. The future doesn't exist. We can plan for the future. We can put things on the list for the future. But what we are understanding is that if fear is anticipation of pain and anticipation lives in the future, then that means that fear doesn't exist in the now. It's only a feeling. It's just something that we can realize that isn't real. Yes? This is powerful stuff. So, for example, if the pain only exists, so if fear is imaginary, then pain only exists in a concept in our mind that has not arrived yet. We're thinking that it's going to be something on the other side, but we can never feel that until we've accomplished fully, right? So for example, if someone had to join me right now in this live stream, like two different people, one person would be like, oh, I'm so excited. I've always wanted to be on the live stream in front of a camera and recorded and on a restream and all that kind of stuff. And then another person would be like, oh, no, I can't do that. No. Why? Why do those two people act that way? Because our minds are trying to keep us safe. It's our survival programming. Our brain, our mind, its main job is protection. And so if there's a program running that we have inside of us telling us how we need to feel safe, and getting bigger in the world and meeting strangers in the world isn't in alignment with that programming, then our programming is going to be like, woo, no, come back. So that's the anticipation. That's our comfort zone showing up and saying, hey, you're about to punch through. I don't think you want to do that. This is like our little kid programming. Don't be too loud. Don't talk to strangers. Don't take things from strangers. And children should be heard and not seen, or seen and not heard, whichever one, right? So those are old programs that no longer are serving us. The mind is like a sentry on a ship, and sentries' jobs are to be looking out for danger. Boop, 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 right? Because they're always scanning what could go wrong, what could be wrong in every situation, so that and it wants to do a good job. It wants to be like, hey, don't go over there. Hey, that's too scary. Hey, look out. Whoa, that person, don't get too big because they might see you. And what do we all want to have in the world? We all want to be seen, heard, and loved, right? So if our mind is doing that to us, like, how do we get around that? Yeah? Our mind is the greatest soap opera scriptwriter in history. It makes incredible stories based in drama, disasters, and things that will probably never happen or never will. So take control of the pen and realize that you can write your own script. That's where this practice comes into play. And if you don't have to believe your own mind, you can just say, oh, that's a good notice. You don't have to go along with the story that your mind is like, whoa, there's a wolf over there. There's a wolf over there. And you're like, cool, I will look out for that wolf. Thank you. That's a good notice. I'm going to keep marching forward because I am on a journey. I am on, this is where I'm supposed to be, because you know that. You've done the work. You've taken the actions. It's just your old programming showing up. And you can actually celebrate this moment because you're punching through. You're getting ready to expand your sphere of influence. So that's a really exciting part about having fears show up. So, you can observe it. Like I said, you can pull back and go, huh, that's the program. That's where it came from. And then using this practice, you can go up into theta consciously and be able to insert what you want instead. So then you have that feeling, you have that knowledge of knowing how you can move forward. And so, a lot of like personal development, you might think, oh, we just have to just eliminate fear. Well, one way of eliminating fear is to just do it. Right? And the secret is to really tame the cobra of fear, because there's always going to be fear, and you're constantly going to be meeting your comfort zone and moving at as you grow and move forward in life. It's not necessary to get rid of fear to succeed. It's important to understand how to get up and move forward and understand what you can learn from the fear that's coming up. Maybe there's a perfectly good idea that you are focused on, but you might have something come up on your radar just in case you need to know, in case you need a course change, right? In case you're like, oh, that's a good notice. And oh, we're getting close to that. You know what? Let's go ahead and take that into advisement and use a little bit of that to flavor what we're doing. Not all of it. Yes? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop moving forward just because of that obstacle. You get to figure out how to get over it. What an amazing power. Woo! So that's what really brings me into, I want to switch from, I want to go into outcome thinking, but I want to talk a little bit about the mechanics of the one command. And I talked about our theta brainwave. And so the how we really start to get into this realm of healing is we start to understand how we operate. So we're operating in our beta mind right now. We have an alpha mind that's like our daydream or like watching TV. Theta mind is our sleep state, a slower brainwave. And then our delta brain is like way slower. It's like alternate realities and, comatose patients, like our body needs like massive healing or something like that. So beta mind is operating from 14 to 30 hertz, pretty fast. Alpha's from 8 to 13. And then even slower than theta is like 4 to 7. So these would be like spheres of influence. Like beta would be like finding information from across our state or your providence, and the alpha mind would be like picking up the phone and calling across the world and getting answers to your questions. Theta is like expanding your state of or your sphere of influence to like the entire universe and all the millions and billions of galaxies and being able to get answers to your questions that way, as opposed to just relying on your thinking mind to answer your question. So that's why we drop our brainwave consciously to the theta state, so that we can be in this deeper level of healing and regeneration of the body and quieting our emotions and our thoughts, an increased sense of self-love and appreciation. Because when we're in our theta brainwave, it's not clouded with or hazy with programs. The programs live in our beta mind and our alpha, not really in alpha, but mostly in beta, where our comfort zone lives, right? Watch out, right? That one. So when we go to theta, that's pure potentiality, this white luminosity of all that is, that you're surrounded by, no opposition. So we are there in that space, and then we're able to insert in and use the command saying, I don't know how, which pauses our mind. And then we insert in what we want. I am in a state of excellence now. And we end with, I only know that it is so now, and I am gratefully fulfilled. So that is what we are focused on, our subconscious. That's basically where we're communicating to our subconscious, our multi-conscious, and it's able to go to work with the universe to find the answer. And we end that with, I only know I am fulfilled and great. I only know it is so now, so that our subconscious gets into action right away. Because our subconscious, our multi-conscious, only hears now. There's no past, there's no future. It's now. It takes action now and now and now and now. And so when we're saying that, and I am fulfilled, that's so that like nothing negative is going to happen. There's no like someone going to pass away just to get you that opportunity. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about everything in your world is fulfilled to the max with this command being actualized in your body and in your neurology, and living from that feeling state of knowing and trusting, because you're in the zone of appreciation and gratitude for the new manifestation coming in. So that's just some basics about the one command. And I'm going to have a 1-day workshop coming up where we really dive in deeper to get the 6 steps into getting the one command into your neurology. So watch out for that. I'll have a little blurb about that at the end. But that I wanted to just talk a little bit about the basics of why we're dropping our brainwave and how it works to be able to come into this state of true manifestation. Because what we're doing is then we're also realizing that we're bringing this into our body. We're not just out in the universe leaving it there. We're telling it to come back in. We're communicating with our DNA to let go of programs that were no longer serving us back into the Mother Earth, and then reintegrate that rewind into our DNA, that new manifestation, bringing true to us what we need to continue forward movement with the outcome that we're looking for on the other side of that, and being focused on the evidence that we can have for that outcome. And sorry, I've got a puppy telling me she wants to come up here, so we're probably going to do that. Will you come on? Yeah, good girl. Okay. So I want to go back to our outcome thinking, because that's really integral at this point, where now we understand what we're doing. We're doing this command into our lives, into our subconscious, saying, this is what I want instead. So when we're formulating these commands, we want to have this outcome thinking be really prevalent of how we're formulating things. So asking yourself questions like, what do we want? And like I just said, what is the evidence that we want to see on the other side of what we want? So saying, I want $1,000 to come into my life now. Well, what's the evidence on the other side that that's going to show up? How is that $1,000 going to make your way into your bank account? Is it through doing work at a job? Is it through doing work with clients, a coaching business? Is it through a product-based business, making sales? Is it through connections where you have you're selling tickets to something and people are showing up to an event? What is it? What's the evidence? So getting really clear. Oh, I need 10 somethings. I need 10 ticket sales. I need 10 coaching clients to be able to equal that $1,000. Or maybe it's less. Maybe you're, what is it for you? Yes. And so then getting really clear on the questions that we're asking, because when we start to ask ourselves questions, our brain is going to answer them and the universe is going to answer. So, being present with the law of attraction, how it's going to bring it to us. And when we connect to our source mind with these questions, it's going to be answered differently. It's going to be answered without opposition. Yes? So as you're asking yourself these questions now, there might be that beta mind, that thinking mind showing up and saying, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you for that notice. That's a good notice. And we're going to continue to move forward. So what is the outcome? Another question in this outcome thinking is the outcome self-maintained? Or, for example, is it within your personal control, or do you have to rely on others? So if you have to rely on others, what is that thing that you are going to need for this outcome to be what you're looking for? In what context do you want this outcome? Where? When? With whom? Do you want this in other situations? This particular context? And what is important about achieving this outcome? What will it be achieving for you? How will your life be different? What will happen if you get it when you want it? Right? Right in the right timing, right in the perfect laser zone of alignment. Yes? So, and then what's the likely effect on others? You can have that future thinking, that big picture thinking of what is it going to have for others? as opposed to having, moving towards questions as opposed to moving away from, right? Not don't want or ought not to or must or try. Having more, I really want, what I can do, how I know it's achieved is, right? Having that kind of focus. And then I just want to talk a little bit about the framework. Stepping into owning it. Is the outcome under your control? What's the extent of your influence, right? What's the evidence of your achievement? And then maybe balance. What's the outcome framework of balance? What will you lose by achieving this outcome, and what will you gain by achieving this outcome? Sometimes you have to say no to something to say yes to something else. And what's your time frame, right? Make it real. What's the time frame that you want to put onto this so that you are encompassing the evidence, right? So that you're making a goal or making this real for yourself. And what are the baby steps that you can commit to? What's the action that you can commit to really let that century take a break? The fear doesn't need to come into play because you're taking action to move yourself forward. What's the baby step? What's the next baby step? As we have these baby steps, we can celebrate them and then know we're coming up to a big step. Yes, this is so exciting. So that's what I really want to talk about for outcome, is these questions that we can be asking ourselves and being able to really bring that into play. So now let's talk about shining our light at maximum. This is not something only for yourself, but also for your sphere of influence or your team or your family or anybody that you come into interaction with. So this is about becoming the lighthouse that you are wanting to see or be, that defining anchor of positivity and hope. A lighthouse doesn't wait to see the boats to turn on the light, right? It's constantly doing it. It doesn't pause. It shines bright at all times. So how can you be that lighthouse for yourself? And how can you be that lighthouse for others, right? An example of this is possibly coming into a room and this is about like dimming your light. We don't want to dim our light. We want to shine our light at maximum. Yes? Woo! So an example would be like taking the temperature emotionally of a room and saying, oh, I'm going to like match a little bit and not quite be all of who I am, and just kind of dial it down a little bit. But then that's okay sometimes, but then oftentimes we forget to turn the dial back up. So I'm here to tell you that creating the habit of dialing down can be in a detrimental to your success. So instead of playing at 200%, 500%, 800%, woo, that's right. So, at all times, right? So that we can be that hope, that ray of light for someone that's like having a hard time, and you're creating that habit of being amazing and authentic, right? So be that authentic self for your own. And we don't need to try to hide who we are because we're worried about what people might think about us, because that's only ourselves worrying about ourselves. Because if we show up, everybody wants to be seen in the world. Yes? So don't dim your light so that people have to squint to see you. We want to be able to have our light shining so bright that you might have to put sunglasses on just to be around us, because our cup is so full, and we're serving from our overflow. And that's why we're so bright, because we've powered up, we've filled up, we are enough. We know that. We haven't just gotten ready, we've stayed ready. Yes? Come on, tribe. You know what I'm talking about. You do the do. You are in your overflow, and it's infectious. Your attitude is contagious with positivity and amazing spirit that you bring to the table with every project, everything you do. Yes? I mean, your amazing superpower of get up and go, people see and they get inspired by, and they'll continue to take action right alongside you because they know that you're doing the same thing. They're like, Alex is doing it, I've got to do it too, right? Become limitless and forget about your reputation and be the leader who's showing the way. Shine that light so that people can have that that release of, I'm here, it's the right place, the right time, and I'm going to learn something. I'm going to be able to make a change in myself because I can become that. I see them, I see me in them. Yes? How great does that feel? So, and like with that light, I want us to visualize so strongly that we could feel it. I want us to visualize so strongly that we can be able to help others in an instant with this ability. That we have life, we have to live our gifts now. Because if we don't, no one will. There are gifts to live. There are gifts that God and that the universe has put in us to live and bring forth to help others. Yes? Yes. So we can heal that separation so that we can create together more. We can relax into appreciation because we are in our overflow. So that's my mini training today. I have gone way over time. So we're probably going to go over like 2 or 3, maybe 4 minutes over today to fit our meditation in. So now I have some commands that I have formulated for today, and just to go over how what it is again of how we are doing this command to our subconscious. This is how it goes. I don't know how, and you state your command. So some of the ones that I'm going to be stating are, I'm in momentum and stay in action moving forward from win to win. I only know it is so now, and I am gratefully fulfilled. So why we say that now is because, again, our subconscious only hears now. And then gratefully fulfilled is so that everything is for the greater good and the greater creation of life and what you're looking for. So again, I'll just list off some commands here, and you can attach on, I'll give you space to put in your own. You can use this format, and then I'm also going to say some of these while we're in our meditation today. So I don't know how I put my light to maximum now. I only know it is so now, and I'm gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how my force for good propels me forward with ease and action now. I only know it is so now, and I'm gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how I unleash my powerful self now. Woo! That's a good one, right? I don't know how I act in spite of fear now. Boop. Simple. I don't know how the right solution arrives. I don't know how I am my own lighthouse. Woo! When I wrote that, I was like, ooh, goosebumps. People bumps. And I don't know how I'm filled with the spirit of action now. So today is all about a couple things. So I think you'll feel that in those. So we're going to get to our 6 steps. So in this process, there are 6 steps to this meditation. We ground, we get in our body, we align to our good, we align to the good of Mother Earth, and then we lower our brainwave, go to theta. And then in doing that, I'm going to say roll your eyes up, which means you're going to imagine, you're going to actually roll your eyes up and back like you're trying to see your tailbone. And then as we're doing that, we're going to move our consciousness out through our head. And why we do this is because when we're in theta, our sleep state, we're actually doing that rapid eye movement. And so we're doing that now to inspire our brainwave to kind of click into easier being there. Yes? So we state our command once we're there in our greater luminosity of all that is, and then we expand. So that's a super cool part of this process, is basically this letting go of these things that we want, these commands that we're putting in an energy towards, and we're actually expanding into an idea even greater than that. So being in the openness of expansion in the universe, so that we can let go of what we think we just want, and we're actually bringing in more than what we actually even knew that we wanted before, because we're open. And then we receive with gratitude. We're actually going to bring it all back down into our body, and then we're going to unwind our DNA, rewind our DNA, and then we're going to reground, so that we can be in this new state of being grounded now. And then we have a seventh step that I think you'll appreciate, and we'll get there when we get there. So let me turn on some meditation music for us. So hold on just a second while I do that, and we will go on a journey. Okay, so just go ahead and begin to feel your breath. Take a deep breath and start to be able to feel your lungs inflate and your clothes on your body. And as you are bringing your breath into focus, now I want you to move your consciousness down your feet, down to your feet. And I want you to imagine roots coming out the bottom of your feet and going deep into the ground. And having those roots go deep, deep, wrapping around all these loving earth stones and amazing minerals and rubies and sapphires and emeralds and amethyst and tiger's eye, and you can wrap around the Mother Earth crystal and really just begin to feel that pulsation of the earth and her loving spirit, and start to begin to be in alignment with your good and your manifestations of unleashing your powerful self and acting in spite of fear, so that Mother Earth can begin to be in alignment with you. And now we're going to start to draw up that loving earth energy up our roots, back up into our legs, back up into our abdomen, and surround our body, and just come back into our heart. And now, as we're here, I want us to be in our goodness and all of our blessings. What are the blessings that you have in your life now? Who are they? What are they? And just surround your heart in that goodness, that love frequency, that gratitude energy. And now we're going to start to move our consciousness up And out of the top of our head, we're going to roll our eyes up and move our consciousness out our third eye, out through the top of our head, and we're going to start to move out through the top of the ceiling, higher and higher, out through the clouds, higher and higher. We can turn around and see our beautiful blue planet, and we can give thanks to the amazing, beautiful spirit of all that is, all the amazing differences and cultures of the earth that create this beautiful rainbow of humanity. And we can be thankful for all of that creates this beautiful blue planet and all the love that surrounds it. And now let's turn around and follow that golden beam of light that's going out into the universe, out further out into our solar system. We're flying past Jupiter. We're picking up speed now, and we're punching through the edge of the Milky Way, and we're in this vast millions and trillions and billions of galaxies and spiritual interconnected beings, and we're flying very fast now. Warp 7 for all of you Trekkies. Let's just through all these trillions and millions of galaxies, and we're flying very fast now, and now we're coming up to this black void of space that's going to wrap around us like this warm blanket. And now we start to see this crack come through this light, and we're able to pull back this veil and be able to see this white luminosity of all that is, this pure potential, this pure potentiality. This is you. This is the you within you speaking to your ultra multi-conscious. This is where there is no objection, just pure potential. And now this is where we can state our commands. So I'm going to give you space to state your own. I don't know how. I only know that it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And I'm going to layer some commands here for you. I don't know how. I put my light to maximum now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how. My force for good propels me forward with ease and action now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And I don't know how. I act in spite of fear now. I only know it. I do so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And now let's expand out, expand into an idea even greater than those beautiful manifestations that we've just put into place. Maybe you see colors, hear sounds, feel textures. Maybe you have original ideas that are flowing. Just be open to this expanse. Expand. Expand into an idea even greater than that. And now we're going to stack a few more commands. I don't know how. The right solution arrives now. I only know it does so now. Thank you, and I am gratefully fulfilled. And I don't know how. I am in momentum and stay in action and move from win to win. I only know that I am activating those energies in me now, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. Now expand out one more time. Expand out even greater than that. Expand into an idea even greater than yourself. Let your mind's eye just see colors, shapes, sounds. Maybe you hear phrases. Maybe you feel textures or acts of doing or feelings of support. Just be in that expanse. And now when you feel like you've really brought that expanse to an end, you just gather all that up, gather it into your chest, and turn around and find that beam of light, that golden beam of light that we came here on, and just follow it back down. It knows the way. So just follow it back down into the void of space, back down to the millions and trillions of galaxies that are bringing us answers to questions we don't even know we have. These millions and trillions of galaxies, we're flying very fast now, back down the beam of light, and we're punching through into the Milky Way, and we're flying past Jupiter and Mars, and there's the Earth. We're slowing down, we're coming back down the beam of light, back down the clouds, back down into our house, back down into the room, back down into our body, and we're receiving with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so, it is so. And we're going to just take this moment to zoom in to our DNA. We're going to zoom in and we're just going to tell it, unwind and let go of anything not serving us with this new manifestation coming in. Unwind the thread of I'm not enough. Unwind the thread of I am too afraid. Unwind the thread of I am not powerful. Unwind these ideas or ideals that are no longer serving us, that have kept us safe. We can thank them and let them go back into the earth. Mother Earth knows how to recycle this energy. And now we can rewind this new manifestation coming in, this download coming in from our greater consciousness. We can rewind this download into the holes. We can, like in Jurassic Park, just finding the holes and completing the code with the new manifestation coming in. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Rewind this new successful way of being, this new way of unleashing your powerful self, this new way of acting in spite of fear and being proud of yourself for it. Woo! Being the lighthouse. Rewind that you are the lighthouse and you are the genius. Rewind that you are the maximum that you can be. You're operating at this light frequency. Rewind of a greatness genius. Rewind your God self, bringing your true abilities and peering out that vision of life that is truly excellent. Rewind. Yes. It is so. And now we're going to reground. Just zoom out and move your consciousness down your legs, back down, and we're going to create new roots. We're going to zero those roots out, and we're going to just recreate new roots, wrapping around the minerals and the earth stones and the rubies and the sapphires and emeralds and amethysts and all the gold and platinum and uranium, and wrapping around Mother Earth crystal of feeling that pulsation. Feeling that love, feeling that support, feeling that yes, you can. Yes. And start to draw up that loving earth energy, draw it back up your legs, back up into your body, back around your crown. Just wrap your whole body in this blanket of support. This, like you can feel Mother Earth on your shoulder saying, you got this. You can. You are the one. And when you're feeling ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Come back into the room. Look at the screen. I've got some beautiful balloons with beautiful colors. The pinks, the oranges, the reds, the greens, the blues, the purples, and the sky. Start to notice some colors in the room. Start to move your body a little bit. You know, some of our kinesthetic needs need to be met here, where we can feel our new God self, our new manifestation, our new perfect body of who we are and how we are showing up in this world. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us today. And the seventh step is inspired action. So I knew you would all like that. I knew you'd all like that, just going for it, right? And it's part of our acting in spite of, right? So when we get that download or that notion of something that is going to be easy for us to show up in, go for it, because that's the universe showing us that answer to that question. So take the time to thank the universe and go for it, you guys. So I'm so thankful for everyone that was able to join us today on Facebook Live and here on YouTube and here on Periscope, and you on the replay. So thankful for you to take time out of your schedule to fill your cup. So how I like to end is I always like to do, when there's other people in the circle, I like to do a little affirmation so that we can all be supporting each other. And so how that goes is that we're basically saying the person's name. So you can take this practice with you. Say the person's name, and I absolutely know and witness your commands being activated in you now. And person's name, Alex, I completely I see you walking in your new manifestation now, just being that light being in your manifestation now. So that's what I'm going to say for all of you on the replay, all of you watching live. I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now. And I see you and know that you are walking in this new brilliant body of your manifestation now. Woo! Yes, yes. So thank you so much for joining. Go ahead and post your command in the group. When we share these commands, it might be something that someone else was trying to figure out how to formulate, and it might help them. It might help them really be able to bring into their reality how they can be formulating something that makes sense for their brain. Because where energy goes, energy grows. So we can continue to be in the expanse. So let's go ahead and do that for each other, for the community, and I'll be reposting the replay. So go ahead and just comment there, or comment inside the video so that people can see them as they're watching the video, or at the end of the video they can see all of the commands and what people are celebrating and all those lovely things. So thank you so much for coming on in today, and I am so looking forward to seeing the comments that are coming up. If you want to book a discovery session with me, I do one-on-one sessions, but I start with a discovery, and that is complimentary, and I like to see if we're a good match. So, because I like to push a little bit, and I like to make sure that someone's going to be ready to be in alignment for that transformation that I'm going to bring forth. So you can go ahead and go to that bit.ly link. Oops, I am so sorry. I mess up on that sometimes. Let's see here. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I just messed up my slides. Let me just fix this. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so so sorry. So we can be in our discovery session, and then I've got another I wanted you guys to be able to see is that so you can go to that bit.ly link, and you can go ahead and put in discovery, and you get your free session, and you could go ahead and choose what time slot works for you, because the availability in my calendar is synced up with my calendar. It's brilliant. I love it. So go ahead and do that. And then upcoming programs to watch for is I have the 1-day Commanding Your State of Excellence experience coming up, and that will be on my calendar coming up. And then I have a 1-day technical ins and outs of virtual trainings And I think that's really cool because maybe some of you out there are trying to figure out, okay, I have this knowledge and skill inside of me, and I really want to make a virtual training. So this is what I'm going to do, kind of my theatrical, technical side, coming out and saying, here's what's behind the scenes. Here's what you can do to really achieve your success. And here's some of the mistakes I made so that you don't have to do that, right? So bringing some of the work of, some of the logistics so that you can fully have a really good understanding before you get started. So that's coming up. So, and then an upcoming workshop is going to be a 3-day Unleash Your Powers of Creation. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm getting it placed on the calendar now. I've got a couple people that I'm going to have involved with that. So I'm excited about it because it's a deep dive into meeting that extraordinary you within you. So those are coming up. For more information on my coaching programs or one-on-one coaching, you can go ahead and go to this bit.ly link, which is bit.ly/UO09. That's what that is. So you can go to that. It's just a super long link that I didn't want to put there. I'll probably be putting that in the comments so people can click on that. So go ahead and go there if you're wondering about upcoming programs. So as I always say, come on back. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next week, we like to be here with you to be able to work you through however you want to grow your personal growth, your freedom, your confidence. So come on back and join us so you can have the free training on inside the circle. So that if you're advanced, you want to go ahead and get inside the circle so you can have the training while I'm live. And it's always fine to watch the replay as well because they're super powerful. But it's fun to play in the moment with what is coming up for people so that we can be kind of playing in the energy of what's up for them and what's up for the community. So happy to have you back for that. So how I like to end is to continue to be fired up. But before we get there, I just want to do a super simple recap because as we came here with some ideas about what we were looking for. Yes. So we want to always be acknowledging that we are able to move beyond fear because fear doesn't exist. It's just like the future. It hasn't happened yet. It's imaginary. So realizing that, and then also being in our amazing power of get up. What's our outcome that we want on the other side? So always making sure that we have focus over that, as well as our focus to our main desires. So I'm so thankful to bring you guys these studies of amazing movement forward and being able to be a conduit that can fill your cup. So thankful to have you here today. And please, like I said, drop a comment. And if you're looking forward to upcoming trainings or one-on-one coachings, get that session booked because my calendar does kind of fill up with all of the different things I do and the technical trainings I do at the different schools. So I'm happy to help those that are ready. So like I said, we like to end with being able to celebrate yet again because we are so excited because we can't keep calm. So what are we going to do? We're going to dance again, guys. So let's go ahead and just dance the night away. Let's go ahead and be in that zone of love and spirit and connection and just woo! Celebrating your amazing abilities that you're stepping into. Dance like no one's watching, you guys. Just like woo, woo. Engage that little kid, okay? So I'm so thankful for everyone that was able to join us today and just like be in that play the rest of the day and be in your amazing get up for the things that you can be coming into. And so play. So thankful for everyone that was able to join us today and the fun that we were able to have. So come on back next week. we'll be having another one. And I'm so thankful for everyone that was able to join us. So until next time, this is Alex Wren. I'm going to be signing off here in just a second. And what I wanted to always kind of bring home is that prosperity is our absolute birthright. And we can continue to have that be something that we are focused on if we so choose. So come on back next week. Like I said, same bat time, same bat channel. Come for some enlightenment. Come be in that vibrational frequency. Raise your vibration of the community around you just from the things that you are doing in your spirit. And be in that expanse. You guys, expand your sphere of influence. Click into what is the evidence on the other side of the horizon. So this is Alex from Lifetime Quantum Wellness, bidding you a wonderful, wonderful evening of gratitude, love, and joy.